here. Nashira Durnash was raised in St. Jacobs, Ontario, and studied at the University of Toronto before being accepted into York University's creative writing program. She was the co-editor of the literary journal Existir for 3 years. In 2006, she was the winner of the Art Bar Poetry Series. Hello, that's a good series. Annual Discovery Night. This is her first published work, but is it your first published work?
Second. That's my first, this is my second.
And they're both on sale tonight, by the way, for the humble price of
$8 each or 2 for $15.
Still time for shopping, people. So let's give it all up for Naresh.
Hello everybody. This is my first time reading at Plasticine. I want to thank Michael so much for inviting me. I'm really excited to be reading tonight. Thank you, Kathy, for hosting. I'm actually really interested in the lineup we have tonight. There's a lot of interesting connections. I know Edward through my friend Jacob. Catherine actually workshopped the last poem in my book at the Small Press Fair this past spring. And Mina Wallen was one of the fabulous publishers of my very first collection, It's No Secret You'll Feel Better, which was published alongside, or with David Klink with Believe Your Own Press. So I'm very excited, and I'm very grateful to Believe Your Own Press as well, because I've had a lot of fabulous things happen to me since they came and met me at Discovery Night. So thank you so much. I'm really glad that you're both here. If I'm too fast, too slow, too quiet, give me a shout. So the first poem I'm going to read is actually a spoof I did. Well, it's not a spoof, but sometimes I teach creative writing workshops for high school students. And one of my favorite things to do is to take different exercises we did in grade school and do them over and do them properly. So the first poem I'm going to read tonight is titled, What I Did on My Summer Vacation. I ladled those months of my 12th year onto the cool sateen of the sofa, wearing an antique men's shirt. I listened to the White Album while reading the same IKEA catalog as if I could fold myself into blonde wood pages. An August later, with legs I didn't know, smoking on the scorched tar of my father's balcony, I studied the small town gardens below. Desiccated tomatoes, rhubarb gone to stalk, something in me bursting to be grown. I should mention that some of these I'm reading tonight are from my second collection that was just published by Emergency Response Unit. This one's titled This Snowing Under. I'm going to be crossing between the first published one and the second one. Burnt rhubarb. Sharp in the sweet coconut waft of pedestrian sunscreen, smell of possibility, of dangerous romance, like in Dirty Dancing, what I thought my life would be, peering from pubescence, dramatic story arcs, tidy endings. Thanks. You don't have to clap in between, that makes me feel weird. A lot of the poems that I'll be reading tonight are very deeply connected to my family, and one of the things that has drawn me to writing the most, and I love language, I love poetry, I love art, but the thing that really does it for me is that I'm deeply in love with the human beings in my life, and I see writing as a way of making them last just a little bit longer than they do. And in some cases, you get to meet the people that I love, that I've lost, and by my sharing them with you, they last a little bit longer. So I'm going to get to them a bit later, but we're starting to branch off now. Trees bend like your memory, but you don't. Your grandmother twists turnovers on a cookie sheet as you sit, obstinate, on the fence in the yard, throwing rocks in the rain barrel, inhaling humiliation. Move through childhood, free fall into forgiveness. The trouble with you was you wouldn't boil over, roiling in the hot fulfillment of anger, regretful but resolute. Skip over to the first one. This is Catherine's favorite song, or favorite poem of mine, Diplomacy. As usual, your hands itch for my throat. I need this also. You say, I want to minimize you. But tell me, while I tuck myself within your thighs, my mouth a licked envelope, tell me who is made small. I hold you here between teeth. Oh, shameless. What you want. Not only to mourn for yourself, but to wring my mourning from me, my slab of face that steals into bed with dawn and no longer calls after you. I wake with your head pitted in my belly, your hands on my rib cage, as if to hold me forever beneath your grieving mouth. But when I touch your hair, you pluck yourself from my center and leave for work, locking the door behind you with such resolution, I cry till each rib slides up my throat. In the hours of your absence, the ribs I pull from my mouth are yours. I wash them with our dishes, finding etched on each, like the maker's stamps beneath our bowls and plates, your insistent claim, mine.